Tes, tes.
Halo Sandi,
Halo, Bu.
Itu pakai
gimana?
ID Pak Daniel, Pak
dan menjadi entrepreneur dan bukan follower. Maju Sangga Buana untuk bangsa Indonesia unggul.
Sinyalnya kurang kayaknya tuh, potong-potong videonya.
Di skip sama saya, Ibu.
Tes Bapak Ibu, maaf suara saya jelas nggak ya?
Jelas, Neng, terdengar jelas.
Oke, makasih Bu.
Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam, Bapak.
How are you today, everyone? This morning. Bu Pupi,
Halo,
how are you today? This morning.
alhamdulillah.
I'm
Good.
sorry, I'm yet the range of virtual backgrounds. I have some technical difficulties for take virtual backgrounds.
In your laptop?
Yes, because maybe the area or the room in my room is not comfortable for it.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Desti, saya mau nanya dong Desti, kalau antara National Anthem Indonesia Raya dan Thailand itu langsung aja atau nanti dikasih pengantar sama Destiana?
Langsung atau dikasih apa, Pak?
Pengantar. Kamu
Oh.
cuap-cuap lagi gak?
Kalau kemarin sih enggak, tapi kalau memang mau
Nggak
bisa.
usah deh, langsung aja ya National Anthem-nya disebutin Indonesia dan Thailand gitu aja ya.
Oh, berarti langsung ya, Pak?
Jadi saya mempersiapkan videonya juga langsung gitu.
Oke, Pak, oke.
Sip, thank you Desti.
Sama, Pak.
Peserta udah bisa pada masuk belum?
Assalamualaikum semuanya, Pak Dekan, Bu Pupi, Bu Amanda, dan rekan-rekan mahasiswa. Ini udah masuk ke waktu peserta boleh masuk ke Zoom. Apakah sudah siap semua?
Ya, ready.
Ya,
Bismillah.
oke.
Desti
Bismillah
udah
ya,
siap?
Bu. Kita mulai. Peserta kita
Siap,
masukkan
Bu.
sekarang ya, Bu.
Oke.
Yuk, nuhun. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Matur nuwun Pak Tanto.
Desti, ini kalau saya pasang virtual background-nya berbayang ini, jadi nggak fokus.
Oh iya, Pak. Nggak apa-apa, mungkin nggak bisa dipasang juga, Pak.
Iya, kesulitan ini ruangannya mungkin. Ya.
Pak, tadi saya WA ke Bapak, Pak Tatan.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Destiana Angelita, and it is a wonderful and precious change for me to be your master of ceremony in this beautiful morning at the Advertising and Communication in the Digital Era, a collaborative studium general, Department of Communication Science, Sangga Buana University in Indonesia, and Assumption of University of Thailand. First of all, let's say thank you to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who has been giving us guidance, happiness, health, and also mercy, so we can attend and participate in this event without any obstacles. Before we start our Studium General for today, allow me to urge the audience to turn on the camera feature and turn off the microphone feature. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now listen to the national anthem of Indonesia Raya and will be continued with the national anthem of Thailand. Ladies and gentlemen, in this beautiful moment, I would like to welcome Dr. Marisa Chantamas, Dean of Albert Lawrence School of Communication Arts Assumption University, as our speaker today. Her Excellency Ms. Haji Ani Yuningsi, M.Si, Chairman of ASPICOM, Asosiasi Pendidikan Tinggi Ilmu Komunikasi in West Java, and as a lecturer in Communication Science in Universitas Islam Bandung, respectable Dean of Communication Science Faculty of Sangga Buana University, Mr. Dr. Andes Tatang Sudrajat, SIP, M.Si, the Honorable Mrs. Pupi Indrianti Zailani, S.Sos, M.Si, Head of Undergraduate Program in Department of Communication Science in Sangga Buana University, and the Honorable Mrs. Amanda Bunga Gracia, M.A., Lecturer in Communication Science in Sangga Buana University, as our moderator for our event today. Our Honorable Committee who have organized and held the event, and the honorable audience who are willing to attend of our event today. Once again, we thank you for the presence of Mr. and Mrs. lecturers, and welcome to all participants of the event present today. Ladies and gentlemen, step on the following agenda are speeches, and the first is opening speech from Mrs. Pupi Indrianti Zailani, S.Sos, M.Si, as the head of undergraduate program in Department of Communication Science in Sangga Buana University. Mrs. Pupi Indrianti, the time is yours.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you, Destiana. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Waalaikumsalam.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning and greeting to all of us, ladies and gentlemen, who are very respect all prize and graduate. We always pray to present of God Almighty. We who has bestowed His grace and blessing on all of us to this so that today we can be brought together to attend in international seminar with the theme advertising and communication in digital era. Collaborate a Stadium General between Department of Communication Science Universitas Sanggabuana, YPKP Bandung, Indonesia, and Assumption University of Thailand and Aspicom West Java. We also do not forget to welcome the participant on this seminar today. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to Ms. Dr. Marisa Chantamos, Dean of Albert Lawrence School of Communication Arts, Assumption University, as a speaker in this seminar today. Maybe Ms. Dr. Marisa is present here now. I just want to say hello.
Mrs. Pupi, sorry, she cannot enter the room. So,
Oh, okay.
everyone, please do something.
Oh, cannot enter the room. Yeah, that's okay. Maybe later I will say hi to Miss Dr. Marisa. Okay, and I want to say a big thank you to all of those who have supporting this event, to Miss Dr. Haja Ani Yuningsi, M.Si, as a chairman of Aspicom West Java, and Mr. Dean of FISIP, Mr. Dr. Andes Tatang Sudrajat, SIP M.Si, Ms. Vice Dean, Ibu Witri Cahyati, S.Sos M.Si, and the lecturers here, Miss Amanda, thank you for today, Mr. Adi, Mr. Dani, Mr. Tanto, and the students. Okay, maybe that's all I can say today. Sorry if there are many shortcomings in the organizing in this event. Hopefully this seminar can bring many benefits to all of us. Welcome to the seminar of these participants. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for Mrs. Pupi Indrianti for the opening speech. And the second speech will be delivered by the Dean of Communication Science Faculty of Sanggabuana University, Mr. Dr. Andes Tatang Sudrajat, SIP M.Si. You might take the moment.
Okay. Thank you, Destiana. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Sampurasun. Good morning to everyone. Yeah. Especially to Dr. Ani Yuningsi, Chair of Aspicom West Java, the Honorable Dr. Marisa Chantamas, Dean of Albert Lawrence School of Communication at Assumption University, Bu Amanda Gracia as a moderator in this session, Vice Dean Bu Witri Cahyati, and Bu Pupi Indrianti as Chairman of Communication Science of the Faculty of Social and Political Science in this university. I am very glad, I'm very happy that this morning we can meet together in the essential and the significant intellectual exercise, namely Studium Generale in order to Dies Natalis and Lustrum, Faculty of Social and Political Science, Sanggabuana Universities. I think this event is very, very important to increase, to realize, and to implement one of vision of Sangga Buana University in the term of globalizations. One, the meaning of globalization is how all of students, all of lecture in this university, in this faculty, especially the lecturer and student in communication science department, can communication interactively with one of international language, especially in English. I think this event, seminar or studium generalum is very, very important. How to build, how to increase the academic culture, the academic atmosphere in our faculties, especially in communication science. Thank you to all participants, especially the lecturer and student in Department of Communication Science. I think I think and I optimist and I think is very, very important to all of you to participate in this event seriously. And the benefit of this event is very, very big to increase our capability, especially all our students and lecturers. I think enough for my motivation or direction of, especially of for all of lecture and student in our faculty. Thank you to all, and with the grace of the Almighty Gods, I open these events. Thank you to all, and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning.
Thank you very much for Dr. Andes Tatang Sudrajat. And ladies and gentlemen, I can see the attendance of Dr. Marisa Chantamas. Good morning, Dr. Marisa Chantamas. Are you here with us?
Yeah, sorry, I'm sorry. I kind of have so many pages open. So yeah, I'm with you guys.
Okay, good morning, Dr. Marisa Chantamas. Thank you for your attendance in our event today. Ladies and gentlemen,
Good morning.
we will
Hello,
start.
good morning.
Yes, good morning, Miss Dr. Marisa.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Dr. Marisa. Hello.
Yes, nice to meet you, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, the honorable ladies and gentlemen, the third speech will be delivered by Mrs. Haji Ani Yuningsi, M.Si Chairman of Aspicom, West Java, and also as a lecturer in Communication Science in Universitas Islam Bandung. For Mrs. Haji Ani Yuningsi, the time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ani Yuningsi. I am the chairperson of West Java Aspicom. Alhamdulillah, we are grateful the blessings and gift of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala, who provides us the opportunity and help to attend the international webinar with the theme Advertising and Communication in the Digital Era, organized by the Communication Science Study Program, Faculty of Social Science and Political Science, Sangga Buana University, in collaboration with West Java Aspicom. As the chairperson of the West Java Aspicom, I would like to congratulate the Dean of Faculty of Social Science and Political Science, Dr. Tatang, and the Head of Communication Science Study Program at Sangga Buana University, Ms. Pupi, as well as the First Deputy Dean, Ms. Witri, for the success in organizing this interesting international seminar. The development of information and communication technology, or ICT, provides a wide range of challenges and opportunities for professional communicators. Actually, there are many workers with new specializations that are needed by industry and the world of communications, as well as business in society. The manager of study programs, as we are, of course, always ready to adapt and transfer the supply, the need of workers whose competence is to master both hard skills and soft skills. Through an academic event like this, we can collaborate and develop study programs to understand and anticipate new problems in the field of advertising and communication in the digital era that have an impact on aspects of culture, ethics, and the dynamic of social interactions that are intertwined in the digital world. On the one hand, this development demands the wisdom of actors and communication professionals to remain alert to the harmful obstacles which can destroy the noble values of human civilization. Through scientific discussion like this, we should work together to criticize various deviations to be strengthened out and through the power of digital media, contributing to develop an advanced civilization and provides universal benefits. On the shift of the main Aspicom branch, the Board of Trustees as well as the West Java Aspicom Experts Board, the heads of the study programs, and all esteemed webinar participants, thank you for your presence. In addition to our honored speakers, in the particular Dr. Marisa Chantamas and Daniel Paul Evert, and also Amanda Bunga Gracia, I welcome you all to this international seminar. Thank you. Cheers for our good health. Cheer for Aspicom progress to the future. Salam Aspicom berkemajuan. Billahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you very much for Mr. Dr. Andes Tatang Sudrajat SIP M.Si, Mrs. Pupi Indrianti Zelani S.Sos M.Si, and also Mrs. Haji Ani Yuningsi M.Si for officially opening our event in this morning. For Mrs. Haji Ani Yuningsi, we kindly remain on our Zoom room as Department of Communication Sciences in Sangga Buana University would like to present the virtual certificate of appreciation.
Universitas Sangga Buana YPKP menyelenggarakan pendidikan berbasis pada entrepreneur. Paling tidak kami menggunakan dua konsep. Satu konsep membina, mendidik mahasiswa kita berbasis pada pembangunan karakter entrepreneur. Yang diharapkan ke depan, anak-anak kita memiliki motivasi yang tinggi untuk terus berbuat yang terbaik. Yang kedua, memiliki inovasi dan kreativitas dalam bekerja. generasi muda kita, mahasiswa Sangga Buana, pada kemampuan menciptakan produk-produk. Inilah yang kemudian disebut dengan entrepreneur berbasis pada produk. Jadi, pendidikan Sangga Buana menggunakan dua pendekatan. Pendekatan membangun karakter bagi mereka yang ingin menjadi pegawai dan membangun karakter untuk menjadi entrepreneur sesungguhnya ketika mereka sudah memiliki ide gagasan untuk membuat produk dan menjadi entrepreneur yang sesungguhnya. Insya Allah kami akan menjadikan lulusan Universitas Sangga Buana adalah the winners atau pemenang dan bukan follower. Maju Sangga Buana untuk bangsa Indonesia unggul.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just see an introduction video from Sangga Buana University, and for Mrs. Haji Ani Yuningsi, we kindly remain on our Zoom room as Department of Communication Science in Sangga Buana University would like to present the virtual certificate of appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of virtual applause for EVEN, an advertising and communication in the digital era, a collaborative studium general, Department of Communication Science, Sangga Buana University in Indonesia, and Assumption of University of Thailand. Now we will start our session of collaborative studium general. Without any further ado, I would like to welcome in our Zoom room Mrs. Amanda Bunga Gracia, MA, lecturer in communication science in Sangga Buana University as the moderator in this morning. Good morning, Mrs. Amanda. Are you well to start the session now?
Good morning, Destiana. Thank you, our talented MC. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. Selamat pagi. Sawadee. I'm super excited today. My name is Amanda, and I'll be moderating the Studium General event with the theme of advertising and communication in the digital era. Today, we will have a presentation from Dr. Marisa Chantamas. She is the Dean of the Albert Lawrence School of Communication Arts, Assumption University. Dr. Marisa earned her PhD in Business Administration, Marketing from Martin Detour School of Management and Economics, Assumption University, Bangkok, Thailand. And she also earned her Master's of Science in Integrated Marketing Communication Advertising from Medill School of Journalism, Northwestern University, Illinois, USA. And her research interests include advertising, online brand communities, AI adoption, and sustainability. She's a leading academic who is recognized by the local and regional advertising industry as a judge for the local advertising award show AdMan, and is the head of the subcommittee for judging at Fest Asia. In addition, she also consults for Thai government's Department of Business Development for SME business promotion. All right. I'd like to inform you all that today's session is being recorded to be available for viewing post-conference. Please kindly keep yourself muted during the session unless you are asked to unmute in the Q&A session. And then at the end of the session, there will be a Q&A time. If you have questions for the presenter, you may click to raise your hand and turn on your microphone when allowed, or use the chat feature in this Zoom meeting. And for the audience on YouTube, you are welcome to write questions in the comment box. If you have any technical questions, please reach out directly to the administration. Okay, now please welcome Dr. Marisa, or I call her Achansa. Welcome. How are you?
Doing better, of course. Can you allow me to share my slides?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Anyone?
So, yeah, I'm still disabled. Okay. So can you allow me, you give me a co-host permission to share?
Okay. Wait.
Okay. Well, nice to meet you all. And I hope that what I will be sharing with you will give you some insights into how digital has changed advertising. I still can't share. So basically, when we look at the consumer behavior, that is primarily what has changed. And as a result of that, our communications also has to change. Okay, so pretty much what I'll be doing is I'll be giving you examples on how communications has changed and discuss with you the points that were used in order to transform the advertising. Okay, I still can't share. Okay, so I have half an hour. Okay, but yeah, I still can't share. Can somebody do something about it? Okay, so well, yeah.
Please wait, Achan. I'm asking the person. I think.
Yeah.
Please wait a
The
moment.
person who is the host has to give me the permission to share. Okay. So it's really an honor to be here today, and hopefully it's going to be good. Yep. Okay.
So can you already
Yep.
share now?
Help me, please.
Please, anyone? San.
The person who is the host of the session, whoever has that position, has to enable me to share as the co-host. Okay. When that happens, then I can share now. Okay, yeah, great. Okay. Thank you. Okay, finally. Okay, so I'll be sharing my slides. Okay, I have a lot of how to say it, open. Okay, let me. Okay, so wait a second. Okay, my Zoom. Okay, you guys can see my slides now. Okay, so thank you very much for having me today. And I will be, okay, what am I gonna do? Wait a second. Okay, great. Okay, so let me sort of give you a brief introduction about our program. Okay, I'm from the Albert Lawrence School of Communication Arts, where Amanda herself had graduated from. Okay, so in terms of research, we're ranked number 2 in terms of advertising. So I think that we do have a sort of, how to say it, authority to talk about advertising, I suppose. Okay, and in terms of art and design, we're ranked number 10 in Thailand. So I think that, the experiences that we will be sharing today is going to be kind of fun, I hope. Okay, so these are our programs. And why am I here? Okay, so basically I've done research in advertising, and as well as what Amanda had said is that I'm also linked with the advertising industry in Thailand. So let's talk a bit about why digital is changing the way advertising is being done. And that is because our consumers are actually changing, as I said in the very beginning. So their brains are being what we call rewired. And I take this from the book, Decoding the New Consumer Mind, which is a great book on consumer behavior. I mean, if you're interested to study or read about how consumers are changing, I highly recommend this book. And they talk about how technology makes us think differently, right? We wake up in the morning. A lot of people, first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your phone and check the messages, check the news. Technology is changing your expectations as well, right? You have, food delivery services. You don't have to go out all the way to grab stuff. You can shop online. Everything is changing, and technology changes that expectations. And as a result, the advertising has to change. The 30-second commercial is a goner. It's very difficult to say to people that you're going to be convinced in 30 seconds. People want relationships. Okay, technology changes the way we relate to things. You have friends on Facebook that you've probably never actually spoke to as a person face to face, but you're friends on Facebook. Or maybe there are people who connect with you from maybe high school or maybe elementary school, and you're connected through Facebook. You are connected with communities. Okay, for example, I put up the image of a community that I am following, and that is Dog Please. That's because I love dogs. I have a lot of dogs. And you know, I feel that I'm relating to my dog in a different way. I'm giving them human, you know, sort of emotions, ideas. We all know dogs don't really think the way we do, but you know, it's kind of fun to think, you know, and you know, share these things about dogs, right? And it creates this emotion. When we talk about, you know, communications today, it's not about facts anymore, isn't it? It's about the emotion. It's about the feeling. Take what is happening in Ukraine. It isn't just about the attack itself, the invasion itself. It's about the stories that have been coming out, right? It's about families being torn. It's about people making sacrifices. People are looking for emotional connection because we are, after all, you know, social animals. So basically, we need to be connected and we need to feel. And online, you know, digital helps us to feel even more strongly. Things are being exaggerated. Things, you're being bombarded by communications, okay? And what is happening is your way of thinking and your emotions are shifting. Okay, as we speak, actually, there is this launch of a collaboration between Omega and Swatch in Thailand. And I mean, people are exploding. They all want to have it. People are lining up, queuing up in front of the department stores. And all of a sudden, Swatch comes out and says, oh, in light of all of this, we don't believe we have enough watches. We're just going to stop that event. What's going to happen? People have had expectations. They're all going to go and say they're going to hate this brand. Probably instead of the brand selling well, maybe it's actually not going to sell. So what is happening is you have to manage this feeling and information because people are actually making decisions much faster because of digital. They don't have to wait. And as a result, we need to connect to people in a whole different level. Okay, so I'll be showing you a case study. Okay, I'm sure you guys probably know a bit about Thailand and our very famous festival, Songkran. Okay, because basically, Thai people, you know, love celebrations, and one of our biggest celebration is Songkran. Okay, so let me show you this clip. Okay, yep. Wait a second. Okay, here we go.
Has its own new year called Songkran, the world's biggest water festival and the country's longest holiday break.
Bars and clubs in Bangkok and surrounding provinces have been ordered to shut.
But for everyone's safety, the festival was cancelled for the first time in history, and the entire nation was left dry. To rinse away the Songkran blues, the challenger platform TikTok took Songkran to the digital world with its first exclusive interactive film, Songkran Stranger.
ฉันเนี่ยนะจะถูกผู้ชายทิ้งทุกวันสงกรานต์เลยเพราะเวลาฉันโดนน้ำอ่ะฉันจะแปลงร่างได้เฮ้ย
The plot was designed so any Thai could co-star with Thailand's top actors. With an innovative use of TikTok's stitch and duet features, everyone could be a part of this virtual Songkran. Just read the script, roleplay, hashtag, and be a part of the story.
สะดุดอะไรเมื่อกี้สะดุดความหล่อพี่โอไงนึกว่าสะดุดรักเราได้อีกหลงตัวเอง
Whether it's water splashing, powder padding, flirting,
ร่างนี้ก็น่ารักเหมือนกันนะน่ารักยังไง
or dancing, every Songkran ritual can now be experienced through TikTok's features. With over 92,000 user-generated contents, Songkran happened here on TikTok, and it's safe, but not that safe. Throughout the 3-day festival, the film got 94 million views. That's more than Thailand's population, 78 million impressions, over 5 million baht in earned media, and downloads peaked, making TikTok the #1 app during Songkran. By innovating how TikTok can be used, we established a new form of entertainment for the platform and rescued a cancelled festival
Okay, sorry.
into the biggest Songkran event of all time. Songkran starts on TikTok.
So this is one example of how we're talking about the changes in, you know, technology, right? I mean, the platform. Oops, sorry. Ouch. Sorry. Okay, so basically what is happening is you can see that, digital is changing the way that we think and we engage. Okay, so basically this campaign was actually created by one of our alumni as well, Tassawan Buyanet. And so I think that, again, okay, it comes from that whole insight of being digital and how people want to engage, okay, with each other, okay, on, online, and feelings, right? I mean, you have a feeling, of course, for, such a handsome guy or such a pretty girl. So that is how digital has changed. In addition, one thing that happens is we believe that there's this lust for the new. You can't just, do the same old thing and expect, great results. And as you can see, like in the TikTok campaign, it's something new, right? They use the feature in the platform to actually make use of creating this, your own version of the video. So we also see this sort of campaigns, like this is a promotion for, this is like a, how to say it, a bubble tea. Okay, and Thai people love this bubble tea. And it's one of the bubble tea brands, and they collaborated with Netflix and this movie, Ashin of the North, which is a spin-off of the zombie flick called Kingdom. And if you ever watched it, if you drink this purpley thing, you become a zombie. So what happens is it transforms this whole drink, which is like, what's a common tea drink, but just for a short period of time, it's going to be purple. You can fake that you're going to become a zombie. So people want to do something new. People want to have a new experience. And what is also happening is we realize that people pay very short attention, what we call attention deficit. They do not, have the time to spend and, think through things. It's all about feeling. Like, for instance, this particular campaign, a lot of people just went to the store, wanted to get this glass of, purpley drink. It's just bubble tea. They don't care that it's just bubble tea. They feel, this strong emotional drive to go and get it. So you're going to see that it's not just the advertising that has changed, it's also the promotion. It's the way we give information to consumers. And that leads me to my next campaign. You'll notice that I have a lot of Visit Thailand campaigns. It's unintentional, but yes, if the COVID is over, please visit Thailand. Okay, so this is another campaign by a game company. Okay, so let's see it.
This was so colorful.
So basically, this is a campaign, although I don't personally think that, you know, you'd like to sell a country using a ghost story. But again, it's this emotion, it's this cognition that has changed. We can't really think the same way anymore. Okay, I mean, as I said, it would be really counterintuitive, isn't it, to be selling a tourist destination, you know, through a ghost game? Because I mean, that's the last thing you want to have, right? I mean, going on a destination or having a trip and getting, you know, you know, having a ghost come up at you. I mean, that's the last thing you would want. But as I said, the consumers have changed. Your target has changed. Okay, so it's very important to think the way they do. And brands have to engage with them in a different manner. Okay, and this is one of another campaign that has actually created a different relationship between the brand and the consumers. And they actually did this through digital. Okay, and if it's not digital, it will be very hard to do because, you know, who would actually sit down and, you know, watch a long advertising, right? So it's all about digital. Okay, so let me, okay, sorry, okay, got it. Okay, this is the video.
I have to say, it's hard to believe Cost is a woman.
Identifying as a woman doesn't make you one.
There's nothing feminine about her.
That's not a woman. She is a he.
Athletes are the superheroes of our time. You're different from mere mortals. You're born with special gifts. Extraordinary biology. Yet, none of them were ever banned from competing. So why ban Castor Semenya? Castor Semenya was born with hyperandrogenism. Like the others, she was simply born this way. World Athletics doesn't consider her a woman, and she can't compete. Unless she constantly takes hormone drugs to suppress her testosterone output. Lux believes that women should not be judged for how they look. That no woman should ever be stripped of being a woman.
Okay, so you might be wondering what this is about. Okay, because actually they are not selling Lux directly. What are they doing? They're creating a sort of conversation around, okay, this particular athlete. Lux is the supporter. As I said, the relationship with the brand has changed. The brand is no longer just selling, we all know, right? Lux sells soap, Lux sells liquid soap, Lux sells, yeah, that's usually what they sell, right? So basically what is happening is they're no longer just a product, you know, to clean you, to make you smell nice. They're a product that stands with every woman. They empower women. And they're actually not saying that, you know, buy our products. They're saying sign a petition to save this woman, okay? Because she's been banned from competing in professional sports because she has a higher level of testosterone, which means that she's going to be able to perform much better than the usual average woman. Okay, so basically, Lux is transforming itself to an enabler for people. What does that mean? It means that when you go next time to buy, you know, let's say liquid soap, okay, you're going to look at Lux in a different manner. It's not just another choice, but it's a great choice because it cares about you as women. Okay, so basically what we're trying to, I'm trying to say here is that brands are engaging with consumers in a different way because of what I have told you, because the consumers are being rewired. They want to see something different. They don't want to just see another ad that says this is a very nice looking, nice fragrant variety of soap, but they want to see how these actually help them. Okay, people are looking at saying how brands is going to be part of my life, and it's beyond just being a product that you're going to use. Okay, and the benefits are always going to be overwhelming. Remember that when consumers buy something, they don't just buy the product, they buy a bundle of benefits, and this bundle is growing because of digital. Okay, it's not just about a good choice, it's about the conversation that these brands are starting. Okay, so I will sort of just put all of this together and say, if you're going to do advertising, what are the things that you got to do? Okay, there are 6 trends that are actually very important, okay, when you do advertising in the digital realm. So first of all, storytelling. People love a good story, just like we watched a while ago, right? We watched the story of Castor. Okay, challenge your customer, let them participate, like TikTok that you've seen. Okay, make a statement. Brands have to stand for something. Lux a while ago also stood for something. They said, hey, this is my point. I am going to do this. Okay, I'm going to support women. And okay, do what we call be disruptive and do the unthinkable. Okay, let me show you a bit of this do the unthinkable. And it's a campaign by another Thai brand. Okay, and it's this. Okay, oops. I'm not going to show you the video because it's just going to take so much time, but let me talk a bit about this. This is what we call the unusual football field, and it's a campaign developed by a condominium development project. Now, you might be saying, what does a condominium have to do with a football field? They talk about the use of the limited space, right? We all know a condominium is a small room. It's pretty cramped. So what is going to happen is, how do we demonstrate to the consumers that we are a very knowledgeable brand in terms of utilizing the space? They can do all the advertising they want, but people are not going to hear them, right? So what they did was they created this football field that actually functioned like a real football field, even if the shape was different, meaning that the angles that you're going to actually have to kick in order to get the ball into the goal will be the same. The length is the same, okay? It's only a different shape. And this actually campaign won a lot of awards. People talked a lot about it because it's actually a very good demonstration of the product benefit. Okay, and that product benefit is, okay, being able to utilize the limited space with the utmost, effectiveness. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk a bit about is the use of data insights. Okay, I'm running out of time, so I'm not going to show you the video, but this one is a video you can search for, and it's about a campaign by an insurance company to create the house that will suit living in Australia. You may have heard that in Australia, they have floods, they have bushfires, they have freak storms. So if you're going to have a house there, your house has to be pretty strong. So what they did was they took the data from all of the houses that actually survived, and then they put it together in order to create this house that would withstand all of the, whatever nature was going to hurl in their way in general. So this is actually the use of data. We have a lot of data in digital, and we can do that. We can hear our consumers. We can know their interests. So it's very important when you do advertising in order to listen to those things. And the last thing is to use, AI and bots for your campaigns. Burger King used this AI, you probably heard about these devices like Alexa, where you can, or even your phone, where you can talk to Siri, right? And they can give you information. So what Burger King did was they hijacked these and they said, hey, Google, and then Google is going to spit out the information about the Whopper from the Wikipedia page of Burger King. And basically what happened is people went in and changed it. It became user-generated content. AI and bots are not just ways to make sure you're always there for your consumer, but it can also be ways to create a conversation. The key takeaway that I want you to have after all of this is that, okay, digital changes the feeling, the expectation of consumers. They want excitement. They want something new. And they want it to be something that they can talk about because it's something that connects to them emotionally. Because at the end of the day, you want to have something that you can talk to your friends about, that you have done something different. And all of it can be done through digital. So thank you very much. And I hope that my talk would be beneficial. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ka. Thank you for the excellent presentation. I learned a lot today, as well as like I was being in my class back then in 2000 something 8. Then people will know my age. Now let's move to our Q&A session. Is there any questions already, admin? Or if anyone would like to ask, you can click to raise your hand. Hello. Is there any questions already? So Ajahn, about the AI adoption, it's very interesting because you said about the burger thing and everything, but then may I ask how is it related to advertising? I mean, when we are an advertiser, what I learned before, we created the strategy, we did brainstorming and everything, but with this AI adoption, do we work directly to the IT, not IT people, do we call them like that, or how do we implement that, the AI adoption to the advertising?
Actually, AI today in the form of bots, like chatbots, are already part of customer relationship, right? You have automated messages.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the most basic level. But at a higher end of the level is, you can actually have campaigns that, answer to your consumers. For example, one of the campaigns they had, I didn't show it because I thought it was sensitive in terms of religion, but they sort of made a joke about how God is everywhere. I mean, the Christian one. And they had this Twitter account. And when people tweeted something, and if apparently the God was following, God would, answer with phrases from the Bible. So that is interaction to the next level. So it is an advertising campaign in a sense that it is promoting that particular series that was being watched, wherein, they sort of say that the Pope is a representative of God. So that was their way of promoting. AI helps to be timely, okay, if you understand what I'm saying, because it's always there, so if somebody tweets something, it can always respond. It's not like a human that, you're going to have to take time to, come back, read it and answer, right? So it is a real part of that conversation. Now, regarding how to, right, it is going to be dependent on the system of the campaign itself. Like the campaign I was talking about is a Twitter account.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's linked to some sort of AI.
Yeah.
And that AI is actually IBM Watson. You may have heard about IBM Watson being the latest, thing from IBM. And you see, IBM has shifted from selling hardware to selling software, and now they're selling AI. So IBM Watson is a very highly capable AI. So some companies buy into that, the kind of services that Watson gives. Watson also gives diagnosis. So, it's a real big thing. So, AI services can be, they can be tailored to your needs to a certain degree. Yeah, you don't even have to have your own IT to do it.
So it means we as advertiser, we just have to come up with idea and they will tailor it for us as easy as that.
You pay them though.
Yes, of course. That's one thing. Actually, when I was in Chula, they also introduced me to this big data thing, and then you mentioned today about big data and how important it is. And I think for Indonesia, we are still adopting for big data too, and not so many people really acknowledge or understand what is it about the big data and how to use it, unless you are in the marketing or being in advertising industry. So I think it's really important for our students to understand that everything is changing very, very fast. And then if we have not no lust, as you say, the lust for the new, then we will not be able to compete with other people, right? And I also heard that AI will be replacing us soon. So yeah, it's a bit scary in that point.
I mean, I don't think so. I mean, that's
Really?
gonna take a really long time. I mean, it's not gonna happen anytime soon. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I was in the department store yesterday, and a robot, you know, they have a robot that goes around, you know, providing information. It got stuck in one of the alleys and it couldn't get out. I mean, it's impossible. You know, it's not gonna happen. It's a movie thing. Okay, it's not
like Hey, I Love You, the one with what's his name again, Mario.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie?
No, I don't do Thai movies.
It's so funny.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard. I don't think it's that easy to actually get it done, because it's going to require a lot of investment and a lot more smart computers to do it. So for now, it's a tool. And I think that AI is still not accurate in many, many ways, because I mean, if you talk about AI, you have to talk about the sub things like natural language processing, which is like, you know, the hey Google, what is a Whopper? So it has to be natural language, right? It has to understand that question. It's probably more advanced in English, but you know, you try dictating something in Indonesian and have your phone type it out. It's not that accurate. So it's a long way, you know, but it's getting there. I mean, it's actually, it does text-based quite well. So yeah, it will be answering, you know, I mean, it probably will replace the call center. Yeah, but it won't replace you as a teacher.
I hope they won't. You know, when you watch so many movies on Netflix about AI and everything, even back then, have you watched Ex Machina? It's a very great movie. And then, you know, thinking back for the movie, I was so scared that maybe one day they can just be seamless and, you know, get together with us without knowing.
So not gonna happen.
Not so soon, maybe. Yeah. Atan, there is a question from Mr. Tanto. He said that the advertising industry in Thailand is known to be super creative, as we've seen it already, that the videos you've shown us. And then it also brought up the relatable culture, touching our emotion, and then portraying the ads to be seamless, as we see in the insurance ads. Because Indonesian people, we are really, how to say, we really know the insurance ads, the sad moment and everything, but then we didn't even realize that it's an ad. So how to say, will you tell us the perspective on how to be as creative? I mean, creativity is not something that you can be like, you know, but how to build up ourselves that we can be as creative, and then what should be prioritized? Yeah,
I feel that creativity is a process. It's not just a born, you know, thing. It's a process. So first of all, you have to know, you know, whatever problem you're solving. You know, you have to be clear with whatever problem that is, and have information. Information isn't just about solving that problem. It has to be about the technology as well. For example, like if you look at, you know, the use of TikTok or the use of games, it's actually knowing what is happening, what your consumers are into. Okay, so once you know your problem, you know what your consumers are into, The next thing that you're trying to do is you're going to try to think, how do you match them together? How you can actually use the technology or use the idea to communicate effectively to the consumer. You don't always have to sell.
Yeah.
You understand, right? I think that, you know, one of the biggest problems is when we talk about advertising, you think you're going to have to sell something. If you think you're going to have to sell something, you're not going to be able to sell it. But if you want to, you know, like Lux, I want to support women. Okay. I want to, you know, become a brand that, you know, people are going to think about when, you know, I want to be a destination that people are going to come to after the lockdown. You know, I mean, I'm sorry, as a Thai, I still want to go to Bali. So doesn't help, but you understand what I'm saying, right? So, you know, you have to come up with that question. The clearer the question, the easier you're going to find the answer. So I think that, you know, creativity is about that identification of the problem. Like the One House Saves Many for the insurance company in Australia. They weren't just selling insurance. In fact, one of the discussions that the juries had about this particular piece when they were judging it is what? If you had that house, you wouldn't need an insurance.
Yeah.
You see? And that is a brand being very brave to say, hey, I want to help the people more than, you know, selling any insurance. So that is why you have to identify that question clearly, look at what is available, and you'll be able to be creative. Okay.
Okay, Ka, thank you. I should go back to your class.
Yeah, right. Advertising how can we pour creativity? Yeah, as I said, you know, I mean, creativity is looking at that problem. I think that the ads that I've shown you actually do not directly sell products at all. And I think that's where creativity comes in. Identifying the point that you want to speak that's different from your competitors. And once you get that, I think it's a no-brainer that your work is going to be creative.
Yeah, that's right. So there's another question, Achan. It's like in Indonesian. So she asked that how many, several ads in Thailand. It's like actually the same question with Mr. Tanto. And then he asked that, is it a strategy to change the consumer or how?
Okay, so actually the consumer is changing whether we want them or not to change, right? But in a way, what you're doing is you're trying to put the brand into that, you know, you probably heard about like they call lifestyle marketing or experience marketing.
Yes.
So you're seeing that, you know, these ads or these campaigns are trying to be part of a lifestyle, trying to be part of an experience. That is why the most important thing is know your consumers. You know, what are they into? Chances are they're not going to be into your product, if you understand what I'm saying. Chances are they're going to be into something like gaming, social media, you know, all of those sort of things. And then that is where you have to identify what in that lifestyle that they have, in that experience that they have, you can make use of. Like that TikTok, they made use of just one function. And then they said, okay, how are we going to use that function and create a story, right? So they created this absurd story that this woman, the moment she gets hit by water, she's going to transform. And as a result, they could have a whole campaign where she transforms into anyone. You see what I'm saying? You know, but it started with the idea that, hey, I am actually going to use, how am I going to get people to interact? And they use the platform. Okay, so I think that that is what is very important. You have to be, how to say, open to listen to your consumers. And that's where, you know, you'll probably be able to do a great campaign.
And change them, not change them, how to say, like make them follow you too?
I would say change their perception in a way, yes. You know, you change the way they look at your brand, yes.
And the consumer behavior this time also, yeah, you mentioned about the book. It's very interesting. And I think it's like, how to say it, it's harder to understand our consumer. And then for my perspective is that in the digital, as you mentioned about the knowing your audience, sometimes you see that there are so many fake accounts, or they call it also as a double personality account. And sometimes, do you think it is we are able to understand our consumer when they already have this kind of issue where they have fake account or another personality account? You see, you know, right?
Like, I understand what you're saying, and I think that's where AI kind of comes in, the big data kind of
okay,
where you actually see the trends. Like, you may have heard about things like social listening, where you actually have a good idea of what people are into, or even something as simple as a Google trend. You know, you know how to search for Google trend, right? So you know what people are talking about. Once you know what they're talking about, you'll be able to create conversations that interest them. You understand, right?
Yeah.
You cannot tell someone to buy your brand. I would say that's impossible. But you can be part of them, part of their lifestyle, part of their conversation, and then they're going to buy your brand. Right? So yeah, you have to change the way you're kind of thinking about it, I think. You know, it's useless to push products to them, I would say that. And that's why you see a lot of
Hello. Ini Miss Marisanya yang mati ya, ininya internetnya.
Iya, betul Ibu.
Oh, oke. Coba. Oh, laptopnya mati. Tiba-tiba, nggak tahu kenapa katanya. Sebentar ya, mohon menunggu. Nah, karena kayaknya nggak ada masalah, cuma tiba-tiba mati sendiri. Lagi dilihat kenapa. Oh, oke, boleh. Jadi dalam bahasa Indonesia, so today we already listened to Miss Marisa or Achansa. For me, I call her Achan because it means it means teacher or Achan. So I always call her that way. So today we learn about technology changes and then how consumer are changing, and also they change the way we reach out to them. And then now as advertiser or as students, we have to know that we have to be able to be relatable to our consumer or audience, and then we have to stay updated. That's what I can conclude from what she talked about. And let's wait until she's back. I'm not sure if her laptop has been recovered. I think there is something wrong because sometimes your laptop can just go off just like that. Yeah, that's why she thought that the AI may not replace us soon. But I think for the students here, we have to realize that the technology is changing very, very fast, and the AI thing is not only a dream or anything. So we have to have more skills, and we have to stay updated to what is going on. So Achan, are you back?
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry.
It's okay. How is your computer?
Yeah, I think I accidentally disconnected the cord and it kind of ran out of battery.
Okay. Achan, do you mind if I ask more questions, because there are more questions?
Yeah, sure. But am I not running out of my time?
It's okay, Ka, because actually the other speaker, he is sick and he's going for a surgery.
Oh.
Yeah. So yeah, you're the only speaker today.
Oh my God.
So someone asked why in the movie industry in Thailand there are series. In the series, there are a lot of ads coming popping, and then is it a strategy that you have to do or how? Thank you. I've never watched Thai series anymore though.
I don't understand the question. Can you repeat the question again?
I think he kind of emphasizing that he watches Thai series in the movie, and then there are advertising that always coming, like popping out, and then is it a strategy that
probably it's YouTube. I mean, or whatever it is that you're watching, and basically what they try to do is they try to put the ads that suit your lifestyle. So and I think that's a YouTube algorithm.
Yeah. YouTube algorithm. Yeah, I agree that.
Yeah.
Because it comes all the time, right?
Right. It comes every like few minutes or something like that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, the way to solve that problem is, subscribe to something that doesn't have ads. I think that will be the best way out. Yeah.
Okay. And there are other questions actually from Dini. I think you already answered about the creativity and how to appeal consumer, which is identifying them and know the problem and how to answer the questions. But from Hadi, you are asking about Indonesia. I don't know if Achan Marisa is would know about Indonesia biggest challenge in the digital era. And I'm not the speaker, so I don't think I'm supposed to answer that question. Or Achan, can you answer that?
Probably not. I mean, I have no knowledge.
Yeah. Same here. Because today I'm not speaker, so I'm not gonna answer for that. So is there any more questions for Achan Marisa today? Anyone? Okay, maybe we should just I already concluded a little bit things you've presented today and what we have discussed already. So I'd like to thank you again for your time and for your knowledge that enlightened me today, for me especially. And thank you for all participants attending this event. And then I hope, Achan Sai, you will not be you will be able to come back again next time if we invite you. And then when you come back, when you come to Indonesia, because you mentioned that you're coming.
Yeah, I'll probably go into Indonesia. Yeah, sure.
Next year, right?
Yeah, to Yogyakarta.
Yeah, Yogyakarta. Where are you going to? Like which institution?
I don't remember the name of the university. I don't think they told me yet. It's in Yogyakarta, so I don't know which one it is.
Is it the public or private?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Have no idea.
Okay, please inform us later, and then maybe I can see you there because, as I told you, my mother-in-law lives nearby Jakarta. So maybe we can have a cup of coffee or tea.
Yeah, you'll be paying, right?
Sorry? Yes, of course, Ka. I'm working now. In the past, I was a student. I wasn't capable. But ABAC students mostly, maybe they are more capable than me. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I will pass this to Destiana back because I'm just moderating. So I'll return this to our MC. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Marisa Chantamas, Dean of Albert Lawrence School of Communication Art Assumption University, for the very inspiring and educative study in general. And also thank you for Mrs. Amanda Bunga Gracia M.A. as our moderator. And we would like to ask both of you to kindly remain on our Zoom room, as Sangkapuana University would like to present a virtual certificate and appreciation to both of you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we end our event today, let me take the documentation for all of us, and the documentation will be taken by our committee for the first slide in 3, 2, 1. And for the second slide, the documentation will be taken by our committee in 3, 2, 1. And for the last slide, the documentation will be taken in 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, we now come to the end of this event. On behalf of the Master of Ceremony and Committee, we would like to extend once again our deepest appreciation to all of you for your support and participation. We wish you have a great and blessed day. Once again, thank you and good afternoon. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. ขอบคุณค่ะอาจารย์ See you next time ค่ะ
See you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sertifikatnya di mana?
Kita menunggu ini.
Atau Pak Tanto, audiens yang masih ada bisa di move ke waiting list aja, Pak. Barangkali kita mau ada.
Udah di remove kah? Apa belum? Oh, masih ada. Saya nggak bisa soalnya. Jadi